There. Okay. So we can begin today with Vandanam, but what we can do today is when we come to the Vandanam of our gurus, then we will say in English, because they are in English verse form. And then we may be also helping ourselves to understand what we're saying. So today we say the Vandeham, Om Gyan, and then the prayers to the spiritual, immediate spiritual masters of the Parampara, to Gurudev, to Guru Maharaj, up to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, and then Namo Mahavaranyaya and Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, as we would do normally. All right. So we can say together, and we're on Facebook also, those of you on Facebook, those of you who are here live on Facebook, live on the Zoom, and also on the recorded version, live on the recorded version. Means we're all together at the same time. Our big welcome to you, obeisances to you. Let us begin with Vandeham, but do keep your microphones off. Otherwise, we get a strange result. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitangscha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. And now to Srila Gurudev, beginning with, so this in the songbook which most of you have, then you can follow this along. So his Guru's most cherished wishes he's truly fulfilling, adorned with his Guru Varga's affectionate blessing. In knowledge both conceivable and inconceivable, his expertise illumines the ontological whole. He is the foremost follower of Srila Rupa's divine aim. Sri Bhakti Sundar Govinda is his celebrated name. His beautiful figure stands out clean, clear, and effulgent, devotionally endowed with transcendent sentiment. I worship him, the worldwide Guru from high above, the empowered bestower of the seed of divine love. And then to Srila Guru Maharaj, the Devam Divyatanam in English, together. I fall at the feet of Srila Sridhar Deva, who with charming expression sings his songs of sweet nectar. Dressed with fine garments like sun newly risen, he is the true saint the devotees have chosen. His detachment and knowledge are just like an ocean, the treasure house of complete, perfect conclusion. Radiant in pastimes of loving devotion, the abode of pure ecstasy, bestower of good fortune. Foremost true follower of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, foremost great general of the whole renounced order, my Lord and my Master, my only shelter. I worship his feet, Srila Sridhar Deva. And then to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Sri Siddhanta Saraswati in English. In the great Gaudiya Vaishnava teacher's line, as Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, he's renowned. Like the radiant sun in the morning sky, he appeared to rescue all souls swallowed by the all-devouring impersonal philosophy. By spreading the teachings of Lord Gauranga to sing the holy name of Lord Sri Krishna, he gave all the chance to dive in the ocean of love of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Person. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, my Lord, Divine Master, at his feet do I pray to serve him forever. And then to Srila Gaura Das, Namah, Namo Gaura Kishoraya. This in English. I bow to our Guru Srila Gaura Kishore Das, the pure devotee beyond social class, the bee in the lotus of the feet of Sri Gauranga, who deep in his heart serves Sri Radha forever. And to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Vande Bhaktivinodam. In English, I bow to Sri Thakur Bhaktivinod, Mahaprabhu's love divine personified. He's the king of all knowers of the purpose of the scriptures, and he is the ocean of Sri Radha's devotion. And lastly, in this series, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So, Gaura Braja Shrita Sheshaya in English. The great venerable grandsire of pure devotion, loved by all Vaishnavas of both Nabadwip and Vrindavan. I worship the feet of that great Vaishnava Guru, the ocean of love, Srila Jagannatha Prabhu. Jai. Then Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvije Namaha. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, dear devotees, I'm here to serve. How can I serve this morning? How can I serve this morning? Do you understand English? Cannot serve. Well, oh, I see some chats. Oh, chats in the chat box. Aha. Govinda, Govinda. So Ananda Sundari, she's giving her obeisances. And we are giving our obeisances and our well wishes for her to get through the difficulties of the bodily challenges at this time. Govinda, Govinda.
So, Gurudev, since we are in one day before Gaurapurnima, maybe you could tell us about how it works, the preparation, the importance of the Adhivas day, the day that we prepare for the great festival, how it was in Nabadwip or something. Pretty chaotic.
What?
I assume it. Yeah, in a good way, not in a bad way, sure. The harmony, the chaos harmony.
Well, there are so many aspects to Gaurapurnima, but the main aspect of Gaurapurnima is that we have to put our consciousness in the right place. And this actually is the main thing for every day of the year. But at least this one day, the one day of Gaurapurnima, if we're going to make one day in the year, like, okay, 365 days, maybe I can be 0.33%. No, 0.33. Maybe I can be, anyway, like 1%. If I was 1% successful in Krishna consciousness, I'd be able to have 3 days, wouldn't I? 3.6 successful days in the year when I really did everything Krishna consciously and didn't have any gaps. So we can think if we can be 0.3% successful in the whole year, then we'll have one day where we'll try to everything actually perfectly from outside, maybe. From outside, but from inside, we're giving stress to our thoughts, our attitude, our everything, and our seva, means seva, okay, with the body, but seva from inside. So we're only Krishna conscious. We're only Gauranga conscious. We're only seva conscious. So if we can make that one day, the Gaurapurnima day, then we can think, okay, I will prepare. I will make my consciousness in like full determination. I'll control my speech, my mind, my anger. I'll from inside everything, not only doing, and control my tongue, my belly, my genitals. I'll control my mind from all the negative things. I'll control my mind only to look at the positive things. All of these items, and any gap in the day where I find, okay, we've done the morning arti and then something, whatever it is, any transition between one service and another, in the sense of from arti to cooking to decorating to reading, etc., etc., then we'll try to make that transition Krishna conscious, Gauranga conscious, Seva conscious throughout. So one preparation is it preparing our mind, but our mind means preparing our heart. Today we're going to be sure that we'll have a heart full one day in the year, 24 hours, without any slip up. I mean slip up internally. And if any of you still do look at all the news and the headlines or anything else, well, I mean, that's a definite no. But many of you, or some of the devotees watching certainly, they never do also now. And so, always there's the finer and the finer and the finer. And we all know we get rid of the gross, then we're very happy. So the more we get rid of the grosser, then we've got what we even think are fine things. They're gross in the spiritual sense. So the emphasis must be on being savorful. And it is very clear that in the sense of like, okay, what are we going to read if we're going to do Parayan tomorrow? Parayan or continuous readings. There will be in the Nat Mandir, the temple room in Nabadwip. There will be continuous reading throughout the day. That means from the Mangalati all the way through. So there are quite a few devotees. So the devotees do take it in turns to keep the flow going. And even I've seen that during the arati, the noon arati, someone's sitting there reading Chaitanya Caritamrta, because they've been told, oh, all day we should be reading from Sri Chaitanya Caritamrta. And we have Sri Chaitanya Caritamrta, we have the Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, we have the Nabadwip Dham Mahatmya, all these books, names that we're all familiar with. And all of these books have got a super emphasis about Mahaprabhu and his appearance in the world, why he has come, what he did. And of course, in our own direct language, we've got the golden volcano of divine love. We've got the Lord's loving search for his lost servant, which everyone more or less identifies with that beautiful picture of Krishna embracing Gopa Kumar. But this is all about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna coming to search for his lost servants. And we have the revealed truth. We have divine guidance. We have various books by Srila Gurudev. And actually, all of the teachings of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, they are Gauranga consciousness, and Gauranga being Radha Krishna. And yesterday, Madhurananda Prabhu pointed out from the web, from sasmat.com, there was some links to Srila Gurudev Srila Guru Maharaj talking about the, I'm not online on here. Okay, talking about the name of Gaura Desh, the Gaura Desh, and Gaura coming from Guru being sweetness. And there are two articles there, and in one of them, then a devotee is talking with Srila Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj said a very simple statement, that Nabadwip is Vrindavan. Nabadwip Dham is Vrindavan Dham. It, not like saying something, oh, they're similar, but they're saying is. Okay, one. Govinda, Govinda. Sorry, early morning sneeze. We just wanted to block it out from the Zoom. Hare Krishna. And if you give me just a moment, then anyway, there were a couple of things that jumped out yesterday. All right, yeah, I don't have it in front of me, and we've got an internet problem. Anyhow, preparing ourselves means that, yes, we want to be fully engaged in service, but what is that service? The service begins from inside to out, or maybe begins on the outside, and then we adjust inside. But substantial service begins from inside to out. And generally, we're in the outside to in department, in the sense of, okay, we're trying to make garlands, we're trying to do decorations, we're cleaning the temple, all these things, because we've been asked to, but everybody knows who's strung, 100, next 100 garlands for decoration, the strings for the decoration and the mangoes. There's a definite meditation behind it, and you do have to be conscious. Why are your fingers getting raw from putting the mango leaves into the string? We've definitely had to think about these things. We are doing service with our body, but that must be done with our heart in a happy way. Anyway, you're asking about Nabadwip. Oh yes, Seva, she's put into the chat box the link to the land of sweetness. Then can you put in the other link that Madhurnanda gave yesterday there? The distribution of love. It was called the distribution of love, Seva Rupa. If you could find that, I'd be grateful too. Hare Krishna. But you're asking about Nabadwip. What happens today in Nabadwip? Well, you have the Kirtan of love. Let me just see. Oh, it is the Kirtan of love. Yes, thank you very much. So we'll come to these in a moment in the chat box. But in Nabadwip, you've got different teams, different groups doing different things. And of course, one team is the team which goes out on parikrama. And today is the last day of the parikrama. I mean, here we're speaking from the Europe side of the world. And it is the day before Gaurapurnima, the Adhivas day. It is Thursday. And it'll soon be Thursday for everyone else too. Well, not so soon if you're in Hawaii, perhaps. But anyhow, it'll soon be Thursday for others too. But on the Adhivas day, it's the last day of the parikramas, and today goes all the way down to Champahati. And then from Champahati, oh my goodness, long walking and back to Vidyanagar and Mangachi. And breakfast is out in open space, right out in the rice fields. But it's an open area out there, and breakfast is taken by truck. A truck means, depends what, I mean, we always knew a truck to be a big lorry, as they say in English, but between American English and British English, different things, different ideas of what is a truck, maybe. Anyway, open-backed Mahindra, small truck, taken out with those big 200-liter ex-oil drums, which of course were oil drums a long time ago, well cleaned out and disinfected. But the breakfast is taken out with those drums and with the giant sacks of muri. And then lunch takes place at Mamgachi. And there's quite a lot of walking and a lot of Sankirtan today. And it is a beautiful day out. I did notice on my calendar or my weather app on the phone, I did notice that yesterday was 36 degrees in Nabadwip. So Krishna's done his trick of turning up the heat, turning up the thermostat at the beginning of the Nabadwip Dham parikrama. We have noticed these tricks before. Hare Krishna. So some team is out. I mean, the main team is out on Harinam, Sankirtan, on parikrama, visiting the holy places. And that team won't get back until mid-afternoon, verging on late afternoon. For those who walk all the way, most do now take a bus back because the buses do come up and down that road. That road is the road that comes down from Katwa, comes down past Hapanya, past the turning to Shripat Hapanya, past the turning to Jammatpur, the place of Borura Shiva that was worshipped by Srila Guru Maharaj and by Srila Gurudev's father. And that road comes from there and comes through Mamgachi, and there the devotees get on the bus and come back to the railway station, and not the railway station, the railway crossing, normally, where the road crosses the railway at Nabadwip, just near the station, and then they walk back from there. But in the temple, yes, it's always every day there's a cleanup team, because with 1,000 devotees who headed out in the morning, there's always some cleaning up to do afterwards. So the cleaning up, the preparations, the decorations, and doing things that need to be done for tomorrow. In other words, some marketing has to be done, and we try to have before now ready printed sheets, or they say in India, Xeroxed, means photocopied sheets of the kirtan that is going to be sung as the moon rise is approaching. And that kirtan is the kirtan taken from Chaitanya Caritamrta, the chapter of the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But there's only, of course, a limited number of songbooks. Actually, the only songbooks are those really owned by the devotees that they bring. And there may be one or two that are in the temple, but books left in the temple kind of walk. So the only songbooks will be the books with in the possession of devotees. And nowadays, we've got mobile phones, so everyone has access to that. But the point is that if the devotees don't do what any shopping, means getting items for tomorrow, if they don't do that today, tomorrow they will have difficulty. They will have difficulty. And very unlikely they will not have difficulty, because it's the Holi, H-O-L-I, Holy Festival Day in Nabadwip, where they throw dye, colored dye, and heavily they throw colored dye with water, without water. So sometimes it's powder, sometimes with water, so that and thick like a paste sometimes. So it's an opportunity for the energetic boys we won't say naughty boys, we say the energetic boys of Nabadip, to make more color to those who've come from the West, who are a different color from them in particular, but they do it to themselves also. But of course, Westerners, white Westerners, are a very good target to turn into a different color. So it's a bit of a challenge. First of all, all your clothes will be ruined, but it'll be a challenge for your humility and tolerance and giving honor to others at that time. So in other words, the things that need to be done, they're done today in the town for shopping, and then tomorrow. Basically, everyone stays in the temple tomorrow. It's not a day for going out. And theoretically or officially, the throwing of dye, etc., ends at lunchtime. So the afternoon should be dye-free, no dyeing on the afternoon. But it still happens here and there. All right. So the land of sweetness. Click and a click. But this is all there for everyone to read. Yes, a devotee, so halfway down the page. So Srila Guru Maharaj is explaining how the Gaura dash is coming from the word Gur, and this is all classic D with a dot under. Those devotees who've been to Nabadip and have their breakfast there, they know that what you have for breakfast is Muri and Gaur, not, and Gur, sorry, Muri and Gur, not good. Like we're seeing G-U-D, the D with the dot under is pronounced with ara, gur, gur. And so gur means sweetness, and Gaura, sorry, the land of Gauradesh. Yes, this has got the dots. Then the devotee, a little bit down, says, so Gaura Mandal is the same as Braja Mandal. And then Srila Guru Maharaj answers directly, Gaura Mandal is Braja Mandal. And then the word Gaura comes from the word Gur, and Gur means Mishti, sweet. And in Bengal, I think everybody knows what is Mishti. Mishti, sweets, the sweets are coming. When something is sweet, it may be described by the synonym Gur. Gur represents sweetness. So Gaura Mandal, the sweet land. There is no sweetness anywhere like that found in Vrindavan. Sorry, there is no sweetness anywhere like that found in Vrindavan and Nabadip. In Vrindavan, it is confined in a particular group, but in Nabadip, it is being distributed. Here, people come to know, yes, it is sweet. They get the chance to taste, appreciate, and declare, yes, it is sweet. But in Vrindavan, even Lakshmi Devi cannot purchase a ticket. Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of wealth, cannot purchase a ticket to enter the Rasa Leela. So then the devotee again saying, so Nabadip is the actual land of nectar? And then Srila Guru Maharaj says, at least the public may come to understand that nectar does exist. Radha and Krishna tasted nectar in their harem in Vrindavan, and then they combined to distribute it to the public in Nabadip. That is the unique thing about Nabadip. The two highest interested parties have combined to give nectar to others. So, of course, this is a partial reading. And the other post about the Kirtan of love, and the title, when we open that up, is the distribution of love. And there were a couple of points. I mean, to take something out of the article is we need to read the whole article to get it all. It's a short article. I'm going to read the article. Or maybe, who would like to read? Any volunteers to read the article? Seva Rupa's got a running nose. Bimala Krishna Prabhu. And we are volunteering you. Do you have the article in front of you?
Let me see if I can see the whole thing.
The Kirtan of Love. Okay.
I'm sorry, my phone doesn't look like it's not.
It's not a problem. I know. I'm using the computer, so it's much easier. And maybe Priya Sundari, Devirasi, do you have it all on the computer right in front of you? Is that a yes or a no?
It's a yes.
It's a yes. Okay. If it's a no, no problem. Okay. So please do read, but please do transfer. You know what transfer in the reading.
The Land of Sweetness by Srila Bhakti
No. Wait. No, we're reading the other one. We're reading the one with distribution.
The distribution of love. Okay. From Srila Bhakti Gurudev Goswami Maharaj, speaking, he speaks on this day, the third day of Nabadwip Dham parikrama in 1982. Today is the circumambulation of Madhyadip and Godrumadip, Kirtana Kyadvip. Our party has gone there. Sankirtan is the central service recommended by Mahaprabhu, especially for the age of Kali. Sankirtan means to listen and reproduce, to hear and tell. And the telling, the expression, the reproduction is the more powerful thing. We are to exert ourselves to the utmost for Kirtan. Kirtan means to preach, and that has been recommended as the highest method of attainment, especially for beginners. Assert as much as you can. Engage yourself in preaching, spreading the truth that you imbibe from the higher source. Thereby, you will be benefited. You will be benefited the most. Exert yourself to spread the news of the Lord, the truth. Then His omnipotent supply from above will be lavishly extended to you. As much as you can sell, so much you will be furnished with materials by the capitalist. So go on. He is not a capitalist of the mundane world. He is a capitalist of real property, devotion, service, prema. That is the only property in this world. What can dispossess us of everything and fulfill all our wants? What can compensate us and take the place of everything else? Only prema. No other thing can give us perfect health. Only prema. Love. Love is above everything. Love is only the wealth in this world. Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, and others came with this. They came and continue to come now and then to the world with these tidings that bring such a high prospect into our life. Coming anyhow into a human birth, if we do not try for that prospect, then we commit suicide. Our actions amount to nothing more. Sri Gaudiya Dham parikrama invites everyone to try for that, to try to acquire that wealth, however small or of whatever character it may be. Its object is connected with that highest plane given by Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Dev, the Lord of love and the distribution of love. Jai.
And I was just thinking that in the days when we would hear the radio before going to school or before going to work, then if we were to turn on the radio in the morning and hear this message, then how fortunate we would be. So now we can turn on our radio, as it were, because we can choose what we listen to in the morning. We don't have only a radio, so you've got, you know, channel 1, 2, or 3 you can listen to. So this news, this is our news of the day, and very beautiful. So Nabadwip and preparing for Gaurapurnima, so making our resolve that this land of love, the land of love, it is the place of Mahaprabhu's appearance, but Mahaprabhu appeared. What is the place of Mahaprabhu's appearance? Planet Earth. Out of the planets, he came here to this earth. And so not only the house where he appeared, or the area he appeared, the district he appeared, but the planet he appeared. So don't be sad that you are elsewhere. The wise souls in the heavenly planets who live for hundreds of thousands of years in great luxury, those who are wise, they pray to take their birth on planet Earth at this time. So you're in the right place. And now we just have to be Mahaprabhu conscious that this whole planet now, we've got this grace of Mahaprabhu, the Lord himself, through his devotees. Hare Krishna. And as for the chaos that Lilamoy suggesting maybe in Nabadwip, that is only due to the number of persons and not chaos. Managing to feed everybody when they come back, managing to keep the place clean, to have everything ready, what can I say? Many things going through the mind. Even the monkeys have a bit of fun also at this time. And they're big monkeys in Nabadwip too. So lots of aspects to preparing for Gaurapurnima. But then, by the way, and then the decorations, putting up the decorations and getting the opportunity to put up decorations, which means that we already heard that throughout the day in the temple, then there's the reading of Sri Chaitanya Caritamrta, maybe Nabadwip Dham Mahatmya, etc. But there's continuous reading. So it's not appropriate to interrupt what's happening by putting up ladders when you're going to put up the decorations, etc. So some decorations can go up gently, but then a lot of the decorations, they go up in the night. So as there is a night team, may not be big, but there's a night team who are putting up decorations in the evening, stringing from side to side and backwards and forwards, like a partial ceiling. I don't know how you describe it, a decoration ceiling in the Nat Mandir, the dancing hall. And then by tomorrow morning, means by Gaurapurnima morning, then surprisingly, it's a gentle day because there's no eating, that's one thing. So you don't have to do all the mass prasad distribution and then the mass cleanup afterwards and everything that's involved. But it's a very gentle day. And actually, it's the day in the morning when Srila Gurudev would give initiations. Srila Guru Maharaj earlier would give initiations. And so devotees would come and they would sit and take in the atmosphere, I mean, be there present and hear. And it would be a gentle day. And then gentle until afternoon. And then afternoon, then more and more of the local people start to arrive. And the kirtan, it's not only reading, but there's kirtan that takes place throughout the day. And so then the kirtan, that starts to build up, and then that section begins with, and then Hari Katha, there'll be some talk. Gurudev will say something, Gurudev will come down, the devotees will say something, the program will begin in the later part of the afternoon. Begin with means with more people coming and speaking, etc. And then the big program, it just builds up and builds up to the sunset moonrise, which they happen at about the same time, because physically speaking, that's how the moon becomes full. I never really understood. I always thought it was a coincidence. Okay, this year the sun setting at the same time as the moonrise. Oh, okay. But then next year the same, next year the same. Then for us who didn't really work it all out when we were younger, we understand, oh, that's right, because the sun is illuminating the moon. But that's a kind of a physical understanding. Hare Krishna. And then the Bhoga offering goes on after the sunset. So the offering of opulent foodstuffs to the Lord, including grains and all good things, nicely cooked offerings for their lordships goes on to the altar. And then there's the evening arati. So evening arati will be a little later than the advertised daily time. It'll be a little later. And then evening program going into late. But if we want to be honest, and we do want to be honest, then Srila Gurudev, he would be very kind to the Western devotees, but actually to everybody on Gaurapurnima Day. There is a kind of a mass exodus soon after the aratis, etc., where devotees go to have anukalpa, and then some do return to the evening program, but the evening program may be a little less well attended than the arati and the prasadam seva program. So just to be a little realistic about what does take place. Because especially in Bengal, they eat huge quantities of rice. And if none of you have been there, like a plate full of rice, massive amount. When you come to the West, you can sort of have rice, dal, sabji. Generally, you're given like a spoonful of rice. But a Bengali, by tradition, they can take like a huge amount of rice. So when they don't get rice, it seems to be that there really is a big dip in energy. So it takes a lot out of them to fast. For a lot of Westerners, really, it was a surprise. They looked forward to Ekadashi, so they would not get so much rice. Rice, dal, sabji. And we've had devotees saying, how can I live on rice, dal, and sabji every day? Because they're so used to having variety. And then Ekadashi comes with variety. But Ekadashi means, it's not Ekadashi, but it's Anukalpa, non-grains food on Gaurapurnima in Nabadwip is very simple. It is not, as we've heard some people say, an Ekadashi feast. That's not the principle of Ekadashi. It is watery, vegetable. Vegetable means potato and like papaya or squash like this. And maybe fried aloo bhaja, fried potato. And then very watery and semi-sweet sago in exchange for sweet rice, as it were. Here's quite a long article. I think we won't go through this just now, but yes, Seva Rupa has put this article, Sri Chaitanya's gift. The link, the third link that is here. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explains the medicine for the heart, first revealed through Srila Madhavendra Puripad. And we just had Sri Madhavendra Puri's disappearance day, 2 days ago now. And so a day where we've been remembering Madhavendra Puri. And there's so much to read and to see about him. And by coincidence, where we are in Chaitanya Caritamrta here in Italy in the morning reading, then there's been discussion. It's been the section in Chaitanya Caritamrta, Madhya Lila, talking about, and then chapter 5, I think it was, where some description of Madhavendra Puri, the installation of the deity on the of Gopal on Govardhan Hill, Madhavendra Puris, going over to Jagannath Puri to get Gopi Chandan, to get Chandan rather, for the cooling of his body, and then Kheer Chor, the sweet rice thief, Gopinath at Remuna, where he stole sweet rice, his own sweet rice. He put some behind the curtain for Madhavendra Puri. Many beautiful things. But Madhavendra Puri, here we are. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explains the medicine for the heart, first revealed through Srila Madhavendra Puri Pad. And this has come out from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in full-fledged form. To read the Bengali text, view this year's Gaurapurnima edition of Sri Gaudiya Darshan here. Acha, and which edition of Gaudiya Darshan is this? Hare Krishna. Acha, this is in Bengali. This is linked to the Bengali Gaudiya Darshan. Okay, sorry, I have a camera in the way. We're still working out a new system here. And the little eye that you see me through is a little obstruction. Anyway, at the very beginning, there's a quote from Chaitanya Caritamrta, Madhya Lila, chapter 10. And we can read that quote. O ocean of mercy, Sri Chaitanya, your mercy dispels all distress from the heart. Your mercy dispels all distress from the heart, is absolutely pure, manifests the greatest joy, concludes all scriptural argument, showers rasa, maddens the heart, enlivens one with eternal devotion, makes one equipoised, is the extreme of divine sweetness, and gives rise to true goodness. O Son of Mercy, Sri Chaitanya. No, O Ocean of Mercy, Sri Chaitanya. Bestow your mercy upon me. Seva Rupari, you made a link to this article. Is there something particularly, just a phrase that has jumped out to you? Because I think we won't read the whole article here. This is a homework article.
Dandavats Maharaj, Dandavats dear devotees. I think when you were mentioning how Lord Chaitanya being on planet Earth and how lucky we are to be here, I think that article kind of stood out. It is quite a long article, but like you said, homework would be best. But yes, that's the reason it stood out for me.
Okay, it's my homework too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, we're happy to read these. Hare Krishna. And we have Annutama Devirasi with us right here, early morning in Vila Govinda Ashram. So she's up and about. And we've got Ishwarananda Prabhu with us from Salt Lake City. Jai Ishwarananda Prabhu. I saw little glimpses before, looking dark. Are you still working on the lift, the ski lift? Is it open?
That's Maharaj. I was actually at the Bhagavad Gita class, so I was doing something a little bit better.
Okay, good for you. Right, it's Wednesday evening in Salt Lake City, Bhagavad Gita class. Jai.
Happy to join your class on the drive home, though. But Dandavats Maharaj.
Dandavati Srinanda Prabhu. Hare Krishna. And to all of you with us here. Today, I don't have the Facebook on because I've only got one connection. If I use two connections, things go wrong often. And Shara Shiromani Devidasi, also back home in Salt Lake City. Induleka Devidasi, Dana Ke, Ganga Lila Priyanana, Radha Sundari, Narayani Nariya, Hare Krishna. And Rupanuga Prabhu survived the storms of the east coast of Australia and back at home. Hare Krishna. But one of our dear godbrothers, means Srila Guru Maharaj's disciple, our dear godbrother Parananda Prabhu, he had a small accident, means he just stepping out of the way of his dog, and he slipped, fell, hit his head on the ground, and he's been in hospital for several days with internal bleeding. So please, devotees, whether you know him or not, you can think Parananda Prabhu, good soul in Australia there, some good thoughts for him. And really an example, the smallest thing can happen and can change everything. I mean, we hope that all will be good for him, but we know that one moment somebody can be completely healthy, the next moment, then troubles begin. And this small matter, just the dog somehow tripped him up, just lost his balance, slipped, fell, hit his head on the concrete. Hare Krishna. This is not our home. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has shown us the way home. Who will go, O brother? Who will go, O brother? Onto this board, this ship, this boat, take us to the other side, to the land of sweetness. Hare Krishna. And this is what Gaurapurnima is all about. And one thing in the previous article was where Srila Gurudev said, well, at least they will know, at least the public will come to know that there is nectar. They will get some clue. At least they'll come to know that there is nectar. And this is what Mahaprabhu is doing. He's distributing nectar. Hare Krishna. And I do hope, and I'm sure all of you are reading Nabadwip Dham Mahatmya. Wonderful, so absorbing. And you can read one chapter again and again. You can put the audio on a loop and you can hear it while you're doing things. I mean, we should give full attention, but we can have this vibration around us and hear the 6-hour kirtan and indescribable bliss. No one can describe the joy of the devotees in this kirtan. It lasted 6 hours. I mean, all kinds of things are there in the Nabadwip Dham Mahatmya. Hare Krishna. Any question or contribution from anybody, anywhere?
So Gurudev, we have Bimal Krishna Prabhu with his hand raised, but I have a great announcement here about the dates of our Vaishnava festival here in Thailand. I'm going to put in the chat in the flyer that we did, and it is in the Facebook also. Then the devotees, it's aware of the dates. We already have the dates, and be ready. It's going to be big, huge festival here, New Year. That's it. Big announcement, and that's it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, well, better see what is the announcement. But where did it go? I downloaded it. So can you just tell us what are the dates? For some reason, okay, it's come up here.
Okay.
It's come up somewhere else. It's all right. From October the 7th to October the 17th, 2025. So open invitation for everybody. Wonderful.
And just make sure if you come, just let Paramananda Prabhu knows that we need the confirmations to make the festival as smooth as possible for everyone.
Hare Krishna. And what a beautiful photograph accompanying it from maybe last year's program. But each year, like this, very beautiful program. And sweet, clean, happy opportunity to do exactly what we've been saying we need to do. We need to just be engaged always in thinking about Krishna, remembering Krishna, chanting about Krishna, engaging in the 9 processes of devotion and service, and continuing happily, following the directives. And in fact, Parananda Prabhu is in this photo. He's standing just in front of Devashish Prabhu, which means just as we're looking at it, just to the right of the purple-clad Mohanananda. So that is Parananda Prabhu, who's just a few days ago had the accident and is still in the hospital. Hare Krishna. Yes, Bhima Krishna Prabhu. Please share something with us or ask as you wish.
No, Maharaj. We're probably over time. I don't want to take up more time. I just had a few thoughts just about Gaurapurnima and around that time in Nabadwip, but I don't want to take too much time.
No, please take some time. Don't be shy. We not by law have to finish at a certain time. And happy to hear from you, Prabhu.
Right. I just was thinking you're talking about the decorations, and I remember going down. Was it called the Land of Nectar? The other property down the road. I just remember
officially it's called Gauranga Colony, but it got nicknamed the Land of Nectar. Yes.
Okay. I just remember going down there and picking the mango leaves for the decorations and taking them in big bags and then running away from the locals there, throwing the powder. You know, they'd start a few days early, but I just remember running, back then I was a lot faster than I am now, luckily, but I just remember running back to the temple. But just I always remember too walking through the little fields there, and in my mind I'm looking out for snakes, like cobras, or yeah, that's where my mind was thinking. But it was just fun being with the devotees. Some of the devotees from Mexico, like Gaura Narayan and Vangsi and Aniruddha from Venezuela, you know, just being with the devotees and doing these like kind of like our own little pastimes in a sense of, but being there. And then I was thinking a lot about a lot of the pilgrims that would come and stay at the temple, and the Govinda Kund guest house, like they would stay underneath the guest house. And I just like when you see devotees that are coming and they're laying on just a small thin, maybe a blanket or something very small on the concrete, and just how much they sacrificed to be there, but how enthusiastic and happy everybody was, even in like a very, like what we'd consider a very austere like situation. You know, I don't think most of it, like all of us Westerners had beds and mattresses, and we still might have thought it was hard sometimes. But anyway, it's just beautiful to see that. And then I was thinking about the chaos. You know, there is a lot of people, but the beautiful thing about devotees and festivals is devotees are servants. Like we're trying to serve, and so it can be chaotic, but at the same time, it's so easy to delegate because everybody is willing to help and do something like that. you go to some other parties and everybody's trying to enjoy, you know, and then a few people are trying to serve. But when we all come together, it's a congregation and we're all trying to become servants. And so I just think that's where the harmony comes in, I think, from the chaos, is that everybody has the center is, you know, we're all focused on the same thing, and that's service to Guru and Gauranga. And I just think about the kirtans. The kirtans are like just magical. Like even the Bengalis are usually pretty solemn somewhat in kirtan, but even, you know, everybody is very enthusiastic, and the kirtans are just, you know, the reading of Chaitanya Caritamrta, the chanting of those verses, and then the kirtan that it leads up to. And I just kind of remember thinking too, and this is my own, this isn't anything, so forgive me if it's, but just I just remember looking over from the Govinda Kun guest house and just seeing the temple, and it'd be dark outside, but you'd see some light coming, you know, from the temple itself, and there you'd see this light, and to me it was like the heart, like there's the heart going on, and you could hear the thunderous, like the mridangas and the chanting, you know, of the Maha Mantra and the kirtans, and it just reminded me of like a big heart, the center there, and then the mridangas, everything is like the heartbeat, and just all the devotees there are kind of like the life from that, and just something I was thinking about. And I wanted to ask you too, was Gaurapurnima when they have the fireworks?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because I was remembering just being on top of the Govinda Kun guest house and just how full Govinda Kun around there was, so full of, you know, just people coming, all of the villagers coming too, and just seeing the fireworks, how that was a spectacle. But anyway, just some thoughts and reflections.
And the fireworks, that was like a special. It's not that every year there were fireworks. And then Srila Gurudev, he, in remembrance of Srila Guru Maharaj, then he said, we want to make a firework display. And this is when Govinda Kund is all completed and looking so beautiful, and fulfilling Srila Guru Maharaj's wish to have Govinda Kund manifested in a nice way. And Srila Gurudev told about how Guru Maharaj did arrange fireworks even when they were very poor for a particular event. And so for Mahaprabhu's appearance, for Govinda Kund, the glory of the mat, he arranged a firework display through Srila Acharya Maharaj, who was very capable at arranging things and did amazing arrangements, like first hand. Of course, he doesn't do the fireworks, but arranging the people, arranging the publicity, you know, all kinds of things. And I mean, I haven't been to many firework displays, but it was a very astounding firework display, I have to say. And now I'm told it's all done by computer, you know, they're all triggered by computers, this, that, and the other. But there it's an art of how to light the fuse, and then one firework lights another and another and another. And they had an amazing display. And Gurudev was happy. But it was extremely packed if it was that year, just to cross the road to try to get into Govinda Kund. My goodness, it was very packed. I mean, you're even wondering if you're going to make it to the other side, if you're going to be able to breathe. It was so much compression. And anyway, it was an amazing day. So I'm still trying to think about the chaos. I'm not sure about this word chaos. But anyway, I suppose in some, looking back, okay, when I'm talking about the compression and the hug we can't walk across, okay, I suppose you could put that in a category of chaos, but it wasn't. It's a category of, you know, everyone's eager to get to see what's going on and be there. All right, devotees, and thank you for that reminder, because we sort of hadn't been putting the fireworks in the front of our mind. In fact, I hadn't really been remembering them when we've been remembering Nabadwip and Gaurapurnima this year. So definitely appreciate that. All right, devotees. So please be Mahaprabhu absorbed for the festival, and where you can, please join in and render service, help make successful the programs in the local centers, wherever you may be, try to be with devotees, but be with Guru and Gauranga. Be with Guru and Gauranga through their teachings, through their words, and don't forget to chant Hare Krishna. We've been watching here a video from Srila Gurudev talking about the importance of chanting Hare Krishna and the japa, etc., etc. And please don't neglect this. And it's Gaurapurnima Day. Be a good boy, be a good girl on Gaurapurnima Day in particular. Try to do everything nicely. Try to be a perfect devotee, okay? It's not by that we're going to push our way anywhere, but our masters will be happy. And Gaurapurnima is a most special day. Okay, I know there are one or two other most special days, but most special day, Gaurapurnima. And if we can try our best on Gaurapurnima Day, it's an auspicious day. There are auspicious people, auspicious places, or auspicious time, auspicious day. And so Gaurapurnima, super day for us to try our best. Jai Shri Gauranga Sundar ki jai, Jai Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Jai Shri Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha, Sri Radhe Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai, Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga ki jai, Jai Shri Nabadwip Dham Parikrama ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, ever glorious Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, and Jai Shri Koladeep ki jai, Shri Nabadwip Dham ki jai, Jai Shri Yoga Pit ki jai, Jai Shri Jagannath Mishra ki jai, Shachi Devi ki jai, Jai Mahaprabhu, deity, the deity of Mahaprabhu, of Vishnu Priya ki jai, Jai Shri Gangamai ki jai, Shri Govinda Kunda ki jai, Sakarika Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundar of Nabadwip Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki jai. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Giriraj in Govinda Kund ki jai, Shri Sadashiva Gangadhar Ju ki jai. And jai to all the Nabadwip Dham Vasis, residents of Nabadwip Dham ki jai, all the pilgrims to Nabadwip Dham ki jai. And that goes not only physically, but heartily, and that includes you all the assembled devotees ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda ki jai. And it's like Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Wo. Vanchakaupatarubhyas cha kripa sindubhya eva cha Atitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. All best wishes. May Mahaprabhu, may Guru and Gauranga, may Guru and Gauranga fill your hearts with joy forever. Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. Now I'm going to do my homework to read this article. Hare Krishna. Ashchi.